It's your guy Daddy-O coming back at you from Drunken Fish Aquatics. Today I am showing you the Fahaka Puffer, the Nile Puffer. And right now I'm feeding him some crabs. And he goes through them like potato chips. If you could hear the sound, you could hear the crunching like chips. And you have to make sure on occasion you feed them something hard, otherwise their teeth will get too large and you have to get them filed down. So he loves to have clams, as you see the shells in there, and he will eat worms, which also feed him night crawlers. You see the goldfish in the back trying to eat that other crab back there, so he'll go back and devour it. I gave him probably about 5 clams earlier today, so they got a voracious appetite. Here we go, he's going to grab that next one. He likes to see them move. That's a pretty big one. Wow, if you could hear that. Literally just a crunch. Fahaka puffer doesn't get, there's several types of puffers, like you got the small pea puffers. And for the large puffers, you've got that's most common. You've got the Fahaka puffer, and then you got the really large Mabu puffer. And I like the Mabu puffer, but for the tank size that I have, the Fahaka puffer would be more appropriate. So they need a minimum of 100 gallons. This is a 120, and so he'll be fine. The big thing is you need 2 feet deep depth of a tank. And so this gives them, 4 feet to swim and 2 feet depth. I got to do some tank maintenance today, so I'm going to get this one cleaned up, and I may even show you afterwards. But I really wanted to show you the guy eating. This is P Daddy. I'm not still sold on the name, but that's what I've been calling him so far. Let me know if you like that name or not. He is a really cool fish. They're very personable. It is freshwater. They, however, are not, he's like a real predator, so he's probably going to be by himself. I can't think of anything that I could put with them. When they're smaller, they're a little bit more tolerable than once they get older. So even if I had something that worked, at the earlier stage, it is likely that he would have turned on the other fish and killed it at the end. And so originally I had put him in the 150, and no, he was in the 125 for a second. And I have a red pike in there. He immediately went after the red pike, and it clipped a little bit out of his fin, like there was like nothing. And I said, okay, this is not going to work. And and I saw him go after that fish. The way I saw him go after was different than any of the other cichlids that I'm familiar with. I'm like, wow, this guy's a real predator. So I didn't try that again. So these feeders are actually just feeders. They are growing larger. What I found is he doesn't mind the goldfish feeders, but the silver feeders he will eat. So something about the color. And as you see them, they clean up the tank. So I don't mind them being there at all. And it adds a little color to the tank and gives a little community effect. And then other than that, I just, keep the other little community fish in there. But I had so many in there, eventually he'll take them out. He'll pick them off if I don't feed them. So I think I'm pretty much just only going to now add the goldfish feeders, but you got to be careful with that because the goldfish feeders they're just not always in the cleanest water, and you can mess around and pollute your tank and make your fish sick trying to put, some little cheap feeders in. So like anything, when I should quarantine a feeder. That sounds crazy. But like anything, when you're adding the fish, they come in a bag of water. Do not use the water and just pour that straight into your tank. Pour the fish into a net and then put the fish, without any water into your tank. And, that's the best way if you're not going to quarantine the new fish and make sure that it, is fine. But, yeah, this is my guy, P Daddy. He's a Fahaka puffer. He'll get to be pretty big. He'll get to be a good 18 inches up to 24, probably more like 18 inches. And he's a real big guy. And puffers are cool. they, as a defense mechanism, can blow up like a balloon if they feel threatened. So when you take them out of water, you got to do this special deal where you kind of put them in like a water sock so that they stay submerged in water, because then, you know, they feel threatened and they could, you know, blow up. It will scare you, and you don't want to threaten or harm the fish as well. But this is his forever tank, so he's not going anywhere. I got to get this tank cleaned up. And other than that, I tried to grow a little plant in there, but I don't have enough lighting. But yeah, this is my guy, P Daddy, the Fahaka Puffer. And just know, if you want a large puffer that they're going to eat, this guy goes through a good, I may feed him 3-4 night crawlers at a time, couple clams, 3, 4, 5 clams, all in the feeding. So like I said, he had 5 clams this morning, and that was 5 crabs I think I just threw in there. And if I put a few worms in there, if I wasn't filming right now, I'd throw a couple of night crawlers in there, he'd eat that as well. But he's a quick grower, and real interactive type fish. They have great vision, so they'll actually get to know their owner. And like when the boys are out here, I don't feel that he comes to the tank as much as he does when I'm out here. Now obviously when I come out, I'm generally, first thing I'm doing is feeding and checking on the fish. But I still think that's pretty cool, that it feels as if the fish recognizes you and comes to the glass like, hey, what's going on? So yeah, they're real cool. I'm gonna get a little closer. Decent coloration. And but yeah, that's the guy, P Daddy. Still a juvenile, Fahaka Puffer, coming at you from Drunken Fish Aquatics. Hope you liked the video.